Business Now is brought to you by Nextel. How business gets done.
Shakespeare's words seem immortal. What's in a name? That which we call a rose. By any other name would smell as sweet. But our world is a vastly different place than the one Shakespeare knew when he wrote Romeo and Juliet. Business Now's Lynn Deibert reports, in a world with a global economy and a constant threat of terror, names have extraordinary significance.
We cannot afford to play at the game of tracing names.
Cord Hart is the president of the Center for Asian Crime Studies. He's a former CIA case officer and former Army intelligence officer. Today, Hart is fighting crime and terrorists for the U.S. Treasury Department.
This same character is pronounced shui in Mandarin, but sit in
It's
Cantonese.
exactly the problem that has befuddled Westerners for decades or centuries, actually. In my view, such devices as the name reference library are the ways to go, the ways that we can better assure ourselves that we're doing the best possible job to track terrorists.
The Name Reference Library is an interactive encyclopedia about names and how they're used. It's based on a massive electronic database of nearly 1 billion personal names from every country in the world. It was developed by Language Analysis Systems of Herndon, Virginia. The LAS suite of name-searching software is a result of more than 20 years of academic research and classified analyses for U.S. government agencies.
If we were to miss a name, for example, for some of our clients, it could result in someone dying. The penalties would be very severe. So we had to develop very exacting techniques and had to prove them and test them over and over again.
The founders of Language Analysis Systems, Drs. John Hermanson and Leonard Schaefer, are computational linguists.
They're not just computer geeks or pointy-headed intellectuals. They really understand the operational needs of researchers.
For years, LAS couldn't talk about what it did for U.S. intelligence and border agencies. Now it can.
Our technology was used to actually track the terrorists to their Florida connections where they were in flight school there because their names were used slightly differently as they moved around the country.
The more challenging aspect of working in this world is that people don't have 27-digit confirmation numbers or unique identifiers. You're dealing with very fragmentary and uncertain information, and you have to do the most you can with it.
Since its founding in 1984, LAS has worked for clients ranging from INS to U.S. intelligence agencies, the Departments of Defense and State, the FBI, Lockheed Martin, and IBM. A 6-month government study found the chief investigators at LAS by far the most knowledgeable people working in the name search domain, a very complex, difficult arena.
And you can see here from other countries how the name is pronounced. This same name is pronounced and spelled differently in our files.
Only recently has the LAS knowledge become available commercially as off-the-shelf software products.
So our customers don't need all these books.
That's right.
They just need the software.
No more trees.
They have the linguist in a box.
Analyst Ron Exler says the worldwide commercial opportunities are essentially boundless.
It's not only a matter of making sure you're not doing business with a terrorist organization, but on the flip side of it, am I doing the best job as a company promoting my products to segments I know are matches to my particular product or service.
Dr. Schaefer believes the LAS technology is a must for companies competing in the global economy.
They cannot simply persist in the notion that, well, if it isn't our kind of data, our kinds of customers, our kinds of names, that we just don't have to worry about it. People ignore that at their peril, both in the governmental side and in the commercial side.
We must do this to do a better job of name searching for our border. But I think also as a culture, as a multicultural country, we have to do a better job of treating people's names properly. It's, I think, a national embarrassment.
Language Analysis Systems believes the day is not far off when it can help end the embarrassment. A day when its name-searching technology will be used for screening every person visiting the U.S., checking all electronic and web business transactions, public records, and more. I'm Len Deibert, Business Now.